As many of you know, this is probably the most important election that this country has faced in a very long time. Not only that, but you get to make history as citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia. But first, let me talk about our presidential election. You get to choose which direction our country heads. And I'd like to run through a little exercise I call, Is That Leadership? Our current president, with the majority in the House and the Senate, could not lower our debt nor come up with a tax plan of his own. Is that leadership? No. Our current president invested millions of taxpayer dollars in companies like Solyndra that went bankrupt. Is that leadership? No. Our current president produced a budget that was so dismal, his own party voted against it. Is that leadership? No. Our current president believes that those who make over $250,000 need to pay down our debt, destroying small business, and also part of that non-extension of the Bush-era tax credits is our inheritance tax, which next year on January 1 goes to a $1 million exception and a 55% tax. If you want to destroy rural America, that's how you do it. Is that leadership? No. Mitt Romney started a financial investment firm, invested in companies like Staples and Sports Authority that are still around today, providing jobs for thousands of American citizens. Is that leadership?
Yes.
Mitt Romney, as governor of Massachusetts, made over 700 vetoes, took the unemployment from 5.6% to 4.7%, erased a $3 billion deficit, made a $2 billion rainy day fund. Is that leadership?
Yes.
You bet. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I thought to myself, there couldn't be a bigger contrast between these two men. So I went to their website to do my own research. Let me tell you how long it took to get past the I don't want to donate button on Barack Obama's website. A long time. So I went to the one page that affects my back pocket, and I went to his tax page. The only thing on that tax page was he supported the Buffett rule. So I went to Mitt Romney's webpage. And on his webpage, he had his tax plan. How it would affect my back pocket. How a 25% across the board corporate income tax. Tax incentives for research and development. I think you see where I'm getting. It suddenly dawned on me. Here's the primary difference between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Barack Obama wants to take fish from the fat cat and give it to the skinny cat. Mitt Romney wants to remove the rules and regulations to allow the skinny cat to fish so he can be prosperous for a very long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see this country has a choice. And your vote makes that choice, whether we go for the demise of socialism or the prosperousness of capitalism. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you, as citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia, get to make history. This year, question 1 will be on the ballot. You get to accomplish something that eluded James Madison and Patrick Henry. You get to expand your rights. You get to expand your right to property. And the amendment does 3 things, has 3 key points. The first point is this: it defines public use. A government entity can no longer take your property for the public good because it thinks it can use your property better than you can. It defines public use, and no more than necessary can be taken. The other thing it does, and by the way, this is a bipartisan amendment. Delegate Johnny Joanno carried this next section in the House of Delegates. And what it is it defines just compensation. So not only will you be, like for me as a farmer, if the government decided to put a highway through this beautiful landscape, which hopefully won't happen, I would be compensated for that land. But also because it interferes with my business, I would be compensated for that as well. You see, here in Virginia, we believe that you will be compensated for the blood, sweat, and tears of the business that you built. Now, the third point is also this. The burden of proof that that property is in need for public use falls on the entity doing the taking, making it easier for you to defend your right to your property. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see how vastly important this election is. Not only do you get to choose the direction that this country can head, but you get to create history. History that eluded our founding fathers 200 years ago by expanding your God-given right to property. So thank you very, very much for coming tonight, and I really hope that you all, A, vote for Mitt Romney, and B, vote yes on question 1. Thank you.